Good morning. This is Mr. Barth. I just wanted to go through Tuesday's answers. I'm going to try and do this really quick. If you do not catch it, just rewind the video. But I'm going to try and go pretty fast here. Okay. The length of a rectangular map is 15 inches and the perimeter is 50 inches. Let's see, what do I know? Find the width. Okay, so I know that a perimeter of a rectangle is length plus width equals the perimeter, and they've given us 50 inches, so I know the perimeter is that, and I know the length is 15, so that's 15 and 15. So my equation would be 2w plus 30 equals 50. I'm going to subtract 30 from each side. I get 2w equals 20. Divide both sides by 2. That's w equals 10. Number 2. If 4 is subtracted from twice a number, the result is 10 less than the number. Find the number. Okay, so let's see. If 4 is subtracted from twice a number, that's 2x. That's twice a number. If 4 is subtracted from that, the result, that's equals, is 10 less than the number. Don't forget, less than is what switches it. So I'm going to go x is the number, and 10 is less than the number. All right, so I am going to add 4 here, add 4 here. That cancels. I get 2x equals x minus 10 minus x minus x. Don't forget that's 1x. And we have negative 10, and this is negative x. Okay, so this is 1x. So x equals negative 10. Next problem. Bill weighs 120 pounds and is gaining 10 pounds each month. Phil weighs 150 pounds and is gaining 4 pounds each month. All right. Bill weighs 120 pounds, so Bill is doing this, 120 plus 10 per month. And Phil is doing this, 150, and is gaining 4 pounds per month. How many months M will it take for Bill to weigh the same as Phil? That's where I get the equal sign. All right, from here I just solve. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 4M, subtract 4M. These cancel. I get 150 equals 6M plus 120. And I'm going to subtract 120, subtract 120. Cancels. I get 6M equals 30, and M equals 5. Sorry, skipping steps here. That's months. A full 355 milliliter can of Coke is leaking at a rate of 5 milliliters per minute into an empty can. How long will it take for the 2 cans to have the same amount? Well, I got 1 can with 355 in it and 1 can with 0 in it. And this can, the 355 can of Coke, is leaking at a rate of 5 per minute. So that's 5 per minute into an empty can. So the empty can is getting 5 milliliters per minute. So this one is losing 5 milliliters per minute, and this one is gaining. And this was the starting point. This is the starting point. So there's my equation. How long will it take for the 2 cans to have the same amount? I'm going to add 5M. Add 5M, get all the variables on the same side. This is 355 equals 10M. All right, divide both sides by 10, cancels, M equals 35.5 minutes. Next, on Saturday you bowl at Mar Vista Bowl, where renting shoes costs $2 on each game. On Sunday, you bowl at Pins, where shoe rental is $5 and each game bowled is $3.25. So if you spent the same amount each day, how many games G were bowled? Okay, so this first one, Mar Vista, I'm going to label that Mar Vista and Pins. Mar Vista is 2 plus 350 per game, and Pins is $5 plus 325 per game. There's my equation. Easy enough from here. So I'm going to subtract 325, subtract 325G, cancels, and I get 2 plus 0.25g equals 5. I'm going to subtract 2, cancels, I get 0.25g equals 3, and I'm going to divide both sides by 0.25. And this is the same thing as asking how many quarters are in $3, and that's 12. So in other words, 12 games. That is a lot of games, bold. All right, 6. At one store, a trophy costs $12.50. Engraving costs 40 cents per letter. At another store, the same trophy costs $14.75. Engraving costs 25 cents per letter. I'm going to assume that's per letter. How many letters E must be engraved for the cost to be the same? Well, one store got $12.50 plus 0.40. That's 40 cents per letter. At another store, the same trophy costs $14.75 plus 0.25 per letter. All right, so I'm going to subtract 0.25 liters, subtract 0.25 letters. I said liters, sorry. Cancels. This is 0.15 cents per letter. Bring down everything else. And subtract 1250, subtract 1250. Cancels 0.15 letters equals, and this comes out to be 205. Looks like 205. Divide both sides by 15 cents. And I get L equals 155. Ooh, I don't know. Does this come out right? Did I write everything down there? Oh, I made a mistake. This is 1475. This is 1475. So this is 225. And 225 divided by 15 is 15. 15 letters to be the same. Next, you are seeking to be emancipated from your parents. You are looking for an apartment. There are 2 final choices. Apartment A has a $1,000 security deposit and costs $1,200 each month. So apartment A has $1,200 per month plus $1,000 security deposit. That's a one-time thing, in case you're wondering. And apartment B has a $1,500. Now I think they mean security deposit there. Sorry about that. And $1,175 each month. So this is $1,175 per month plus the $1,500 security deposit. So these two are the securities, and these two are the monthly. Okay, and solve from here. Subtract 1175 M. So this is 25 M plus 1,000 equals 1,500. Okay, and I'm going to subtract 1,000. Cancels 25 M equals 500. And I believe this is going to be, the number of months is 20 months. Next, Lenny makes 55,000, is getting annual raises of 2,500. So Lenny is doing this. He has 55,000 plus a $2,500 annual raise. I'm using Y for years. Carl makes 62,000, but his raise is not as big. He only gets 2,000 per year. And there you go. There's your equation. So to solve, I'm going to subtract 2,000y. Cancels. I get 62,000 equals 500. And this is 55,000. Okay. So I'm going to subtract 55,000. I get 500 times y equals 7,000. And cancel, and I get y equals 14. In other words, it will take 14 years for Lenny to catch up to Carl in salary. Okay, because Lenny starts at 55 and Carl starts at 62. It'll take 14 years for him to catch up. All right. However, at that point, then the next year after that, Lenny will start making more money than Carl and will always make more money than him afterwards. It took him 14 years to catch up, but after that, he would be winning that battle if it were a thing. 9, a fish tank holds 180 gallons of water and is leaking at a rate of 8 gallons per day. Okay, so the fish tank A I'll call, and fish tank B. So this is 180 and it's losing 8 gallons per day. All right, and the second is 160 and is leaking a rate of 6 per day. Leaking, and again, because it's leaking, I'm using subtraction. All right, so with a little simplification, plus 8D cancels. And D equals 10. You can get home from there. Perry currently has $180 and is spending $6 a day. This looks similar to that problem, except they used slightly different words. All right, Perry uses $180 and he's spending, that's a subtraction, 6 per day. And Nick has 0 money, but is earning $8 per day plus 8D. Okay. All right, so I'm going to add 6D, add 6D, cancels 180 equals 14D. Divide both by 14. I get D equals 180 divided by 14. That looks to me like it doesn't come out evenly, which makes my question difficult to answer. But let's call it approximately. Alexa, what's 180 divided by 14?
180 divided by 14 is 12.8571.
12.85, but that's 12.85 days, so we're going to call it about 13 days. Thanks.